Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 2. I wanted to go over a couple of things on each of the assignments this week, so hopefully that will help you get the projects completed. In talking with a few of you this week, I just want to make sure everyone understands that they're supposed to be doing the lecture as well as the learning assignment. The lecture is the pre-test and the post-test. They're not graded, but without spending that extra time learning the material and practicing, you're not going to do as well on the quiz and the projects each week. So please make sure you're spending some time doing the pre-test and post-test so that you can learn the material. Let me know what questions you have on that. All right, I've already gone into the assignment and downloaded the instructions and the starting file, and I've practiced a couple of these changes. So let me see if I can just undo a bunch of them really quick. Anyway, I'll go back over the changes and you can see where we're at. I'm not going to go over every step. I just want to go over a couple of things. All right, so the first thing is we're going to be playing around with the sheet tabs right here. And these are the changes I've already made. So, okay, you're going to change the names of it. So just for the sake of demonstration, it said sheet 1 before. I'll just change it back to sheet 1, and then you can do it two ways. You can click on it 2 times slowly, and that will let you change the name. Or you can right click on the tab. That's because I already have it selected. You can right click on the tab and go up to rename. Either way, it's going to let you make the change that way. All right, it also wants you to change the color. So again, I just right clicked on that, go up to tab color, and it wants you to pick this blue accent one. Okay, now right now it doesn't look like it's that color, but when you click off of it, that's when you see the color. And I'm going to delete this really quick because that's another change we need to make. All right, these tabs down at the bottom are really helpful. This lets you add new sheets, and you can even add more than that within the same workbook. So let's say you want to divide up sales by month or sales by department or whatever it may be. You can have them on different sheets, all within the same workbook. It does come in handy. So one of the steps, it has you make a copy of this sheet. So if you go up to copy, and click on create a copy, and it wants it to be right before. Looks like I've messed things up. Yours should say sheet 2, 3, 4, whatever across the bottom. I've made so many changes on here that mine are all messed up. But what this does is it makes an exact copy of this first sheet to the second sheet. So that could really come in handy if, at the end of the month, you want to take what your sales were or your ending inventory or whatever and copy it over to the new month, but then make changes from there. And you have them separated out. Okay, so this one we're going to change to say truck 2. All right, let's go back to our instructions, see what else there is here. It's just going to have you make a couple of changes in the cells. Freeze panes is kind of a fun one. So I can't remember which sheet. I guess it's just on this sheet. I think I already have them frozen, so I'm going to unfreeze them. All right, so if you're scrolling down and you're down here in the middle of all your data, and you want to know what column this is. So instead of having to scroll back up, oh, we're in the interest column. There's a way that you can, it's called freezing the panes, so that you can have those at the top. All right, so let me freeze them. Now you'll notice that when we scroll down, it keeps those headings at the top, which is really handy. So then to unfreeze them, you just go back to freeze panes, and this is in the view menu, and then go to unfreeze. So that's one of the changes it wants you to make. It wants you to apply a theme to the worksheet. I'm not going to go through all these steps because you should have learned some of these in the learning assignment, but I just want to make sure that you kind of have a good understanding of what to do. It's going to have you add a header and a footer and put things in different sections. Okay, one of the changes it wants you to make is, where did that go? Oh, okay, I skipped it up there. Is to make changes to two columns or to two sheets at the same time. So to do that, so I'm going to click on truck 1. I'm going to hold down my control key on my keyboard and then hit truck 2. So you'll see that they're both selected there. All right, now it wanted you to change the width to 17 on column C. So with both sheets selected, I can go ahead and make my column 17. Okay, now if I go back to the individual sheets, actually I'm going to ungroup them first. So now they're not together anymore. So if I go to truck 1, you can see it's at 17. And then truck 2, it's at 17. So an easy way to make changes on more than one sheet if you group them together. So just a couple of fun things that that you can learn from Excel. You don't need to worry about printing. Whenever it says to print, well, I guess it says to print preview, but yeah, print preview is helpful so that you can see how it's going to look on a page. So if you go up to the File menu and Print, it's kind of taking a minute. And I think some of the changes you were supposed to make that I skipped over is changing it to landscape. Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Whew, excuse me. Okay, so I skipped over some of the changes, so yours will probably look different when you go to print. But it is handy to use the print preview to see what's going to print on a page. So if you have like one column that's over here on another page, or just a couple of rows on the second page, maybe you can go in and adjust the margins. Make a few changes if you want to try and get it to one page. All right, I think that's everything for this first assignment. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to help. Thanks. Have a great week.